Hi Collective, thank you for joining me. Just give me a minute, I'm just waiting for my headphone to charge up a bit, a couple of minutes. I hope everyone's had a good day so far. I'd like to thank you for joining me. If this is your first time, welcome. To my ongoing subscribers, thank you as well for your messages and your support. Okay, if you haven't yet subscribed, hit the bell icon, press all. Hopefully you should be notified of my next upcoming readings. Okay, cards of the highest white light. Holy Spirit, come through, please. Help me deliver the message that collective need to hear. Okay. Seems okay. Hey, Knight of Cups. Love having Knight of Cups, Holy Spirit. This person to be trusted. Ooh, no. Knight of Cups. Okay. Ooh. The Hermit. So there could be a situation where people have been called stealing, okay? Or trying to get away with something that protects themselves at the time. There's definitely something about theft. Yeah, a lot of manipulation and trickery. The Magician. You could be someone that is manifesting right now, okay? Or you're a good manifester, or infinity. That's like stealing someone's blessings, okay? Infinity. Stealing off someone, okay? Someone's stealing some work of another and they're manipulating the collective, okay? It seems like a light has been shone on the situation. The Magician. There's another person here who has tools and resources to find out this information. But the person who has the tools and resources to find out the information, the Magician, someone is stealing from them. Seven of Pentacles, theft. They're trying to get away with it, but they're trying to protect themselves at the same time with the two swords in front of them. You could be someone that's in hermit mode where you pulled your energy back from, you're just in hermit mode, introspecting something, okay? Ooh. We have the Angel of Death. Holy Spirit is watching these people. Karmics. Bad karma. Wow. Yeah. This could be karma for some people. There may have been some people involved in not good. There could have been people that passed. The death can represent money. It can represent spiritual transformation. It can represent a death. It can represent an ending. Okay? So something here is ended. The trickery, the thievery, the fortune, karma. For the karmics, the karmic wheel. Okay? All the karmics have karma to pay. Yeah, they've been exposed. Something, the sun represents illuminating a situation. Okay? The King of Wands, Sagittarius involved. So masculine. Six of Pentacles. There wasn't equal give and take. Something about someone hitting rock bottom. Knight of Pentacles. waiting to return. Earth sign energy. This King of Wands, they could either be connected to them. King of Wands and the Knight of Pentacles. I don't know, there's something here about good fortune, happiness, joy. You know, when you're taking the happiness and joy, okay? Ah. From someone that's innocent, okay, just put it like that. Knight of Pentacles, King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles. It's not about money. It's even money. Yeah, someone could have been arrested. There could have been energies that was arrested. Yeah. Yeah. Strength. Someone's strength and resilience, and speaking of a situation, has exposed other energies in regards to what was hidden, manipulation and trickery, okay? Shone a light on the situation where energies have been arrested, okay? Involving, I don't like to say this, not good things, put it that way, okay? Knight of Wands, flighty in energy, there for a good time, not a long time. You could be someone that's gifted, chosen, been since she was young, okay? And you have got to find out, or a light has been shone on a situation involving you, another, someone else, where there should have been good fortune, happiness, joy. As if you were around a group of family where you was asleep, so you was receiving people's karma, putting their karma on you, okay? But now you've removed yourself. Something's ended, because you're going through some spiritual transformation. You got away from these energies and you've exposed them. I don't know, the Knight of Pentacles and the Sagittarius, I don't know if these people are brothers, or they call themselves brothers, or there's a connection there. Guardian vision. Someone may want it to come towards you and give you money. You know, like when people get exposed for not so good things, want to try to stop you from speaking up. But if you pay this money, will you hush? Like, no. There could have been some type of restriction, Maybe there's a restriction on someone here. Someone's stuck. Maybe they're not able to travel, or there's a restriction on them. Confirmation. I don't know, someone's under, like, what do you call it, house, you know, like house arrest or something like that. Okay, so the restriction. Someone's restricted. They're backed into a corner. Or King of Cups. Ten of Cups. Someone's family. Mum, dad. Ten of Cups. Restricted. Someone could be under house arrest. Restricted. Ten of Cups. Something's over. The 10 is a completion, but it also can represent, you know, a happy relationship or a happy family. You know, but usually, you see, like it's got rainbows and that. Usually, they represent like a treasure or money at the end of the rainbow. You know that saying? Treasure, money. So that could represent families. What this group was involved in. Okay. Taking people's children, targeting, you know, families, or targeting families. Or there was a family here that restricted, bound. Someone feels restricted and bound. High priestess. Someone was going to some type of dark priest to do some type of ritual on someone to bind them, but somebody could be binded to this themselves now. Karma, karmics. It's in regards to the wheel, cycles of life. Okay, you know, as you grow up, cycles of life. So throughout your cycle of life, you've had like this group. Something's exposed. Regarded you vigilant. Or someone here that was doing, that was a third party in a dynamic. Guarded, vigilant, lying. Theft, sneaky energies. Manipulation and trickery. So someone here was jealous of someone else, but it's like someone who's just really jealous of someone else. Just a lot of manipulation, trickery, jealous that someone else has got some type of gift. But we've all got a gift. It's just finding a gift. But someone here was too obsessed with another. Like wanting to copy them, or so there's a lot of theft involved. Someone there could have had something exposed about a child's situation. Someone's being exposed for that, okay? Something someone said or someone spoke of something, okay? Where someone now feels trapped. Someone saw something hidden. The Tower, yeah. Exposed. Tower crumbled. The Tower, I mean, that's the foundation crumbling. Yeah, I'm just seeing dawn raid and arrests. Yeah, someone could have been, they're trying to cause some type of illness on another. Someone's sick. Four sword represents sick. Whether someone was ill and they passed away, okay? Some type of sickness. The Hermit. Ten of Swords. Wow. Burnt out. Completely defeated. Inevitable ending. Yeah, so these energies, something's ended. It's inevitable. Someone may have tried to transfer some type of sickness on someone else, or someone here had a sickness, okay? Like, that could be many forms, all right? Or you was around energies, there was sickness, like sick. Or someone in your family passed away, there was sickness. Or you woke up, you realised members in the family, karmic family, someone received sickness, someone passed away, someone was sick, they passed away. Or someone could be explaining now, alright, okay, well, I'm like someone could be saying, someone could be talking of their mother, okay? Someone could be explaining, well, this happened, or the mother put me through this, or this is what the mother done, or the mother wasn't great, or the mother treated like us like this, or the mother partied a lot, or someone didn't have a great upbringing, they was put in danger. Okay? The mother was an alcoholic, parties all the time, different men coming in and out of the house. Okay? should have had good fortune, joy, happiness, in a family dynamic. There was some type of red flag there, something, you wasn't safe, someone wasn't safe in a family dynamic. But you have another family member here that was jealous of you. They love you, but they're jealous of you in the same breath. Maybe they're speaking of why, or be like you, or you stand out from them, or you're different. Everyone's different. No one's going to be the same. Someone may have wanted to be you, lived your life. They may felt, someone felt like you had it more easy than them. Now this is where people make their mistake. They're like, well, let's just say if one child got removed and the other child stayed in that family home, and that child's like, well, you got removed, you was all right, you lived a nice life. Well, how does that person know that? They wasn't there with them. Being removed from the family dynamic. Yes, I understand being removed for something that wasn't good. Yeah, for your kitchen, I understand. But then you still suffer, being removed from some people. It's a lot for a child to go through. Do you understand? Moved from all over, being put here and then moved there and then moved there, and then you get a connection there, and then you move from there, and then you move there, and it's like being moved everywhere. So this in itself, like, yeah, that it wasn't a happy dynamic. But maybe this is how someone can move around easily now in their adulthood, okay? Because of that, something that happened in their childhood. Like, they would go one place, they feel loved there, and then they go to another place, and then they feel loved there, and just get moved around. So this is how someone's been able to work around, I'd say, people that want to hurt them later on in life. Okay, like playing with their emotions. It's not like they're detached. They can easily detach because of what they've been through. Moved around from pillar to post. So there could have been energies as well. How comes that person, like, like, I don't know, some people, they can't handle change. And some people, they can thrive off change because, it's what you've learned. It's what a person learns. It's what you learn from growing up. So again, if you moved around, okay, or you're placed there and then you feel wanted there, and then they put you somewhere else, or they don't want you, and then you feel disappointed there because you felt loved there, or you felt like a new family, and then that family moved you to another family. So as you grow older, you kind of conform to this, all right? So it's like, all right, I can move from there, then I can move from there, then I can move from there. It's no big deal. It's something that someone's learnt growing up. And also, I think with relationships, okay? But this is where Jesus have made their mistake. They thought that because someone had been through this, that they could use them emotions on them, okay? Like, all right, well, they didn't have love, or they didn't have the right, upbringing or something like that. So let's bring this person in to put them in a third party and break their heart because they've already been through this. But someone's been through it. So they know the red flags. Do you understand? They've learnt this. So if someone comes in their life and, like, they find out that person only wanted them for a good time, not a long time, they're like, all right, okay, bye. No biggie, because it's what they've learnt growing up, okay? So if someone has them in a third party, they're not going to be broken down like it's the end of the world. It's something that they've been through. If they hadn't been through it, it may have turned out differently. Yeah, like third party, someone cheating, leaving them, going to a third party. Someone's like, all right, okay, well, have a good time. I wish you the best. No hard feelings, but I'm not chasing after you. I'm not begging for your love because someone has been through this growing up. It's not new to them. And this is where someone made the mistake. They thought they could use emotions, cups of emotions, okay? They thought they could use emotions to have someone in their feelings or Ten of Swords, you know. It's the end of the world. Oh, I can't get out from this. Oh my God, I'm destroyed. This person that I love, they've cheated on me, they turned their back. Like, someone's been through this already, like, in their life. It's not new. It's not new. Okay, this is it's learnt behaviour. This type of behaviour, someone's learnt it growing up. Okay, so from then to an adult, it's nothing new. Yeah, it's nothing new to them. But someone didn't know that, and they were like, well, you know, or someone did know, or they thought, well, we could. See, this is where they made the mistake. They thought like they could use the emotions, or they thought they could have the control in and out energy. And someone's like, all right, okay. Maybe they didn't realise of someone's backgrounds, or they just met someone they thought someone was naive, and maybe they were. They did, you know, they were just. There's someone that genuinely had emotions, was a kind person, um, romantic, intuitive, emotionally mature, following one's heart. Okay, that's all it was. And then someone decided to do this, haven't it involved, try to use them or go towards another person, or and someone, because of, you know, learnt behaviour, things that they've been through, that been moved around. This ain't nothing new to them. Like, oh well, and one bites the dust type of energy. Life goes on. So it could have been someone in a relation, either a relationship, family relationship, or a relation, or someone in the family who someone never grew up family, the cups didn't have the love. So they were like, all right, okay, well, because they were moved around, I'm going to use energies to emotionally trick them, you know, or as a family member, I'm going to be in and out, in and out, in and out. And someone's like, all right, okay, well, it didn't work out how someone planned it. They thought someone would need them, and someone actually started to find out that their closest relative, which is a sister for some, was the betrayer all along. They were like, wow, wow, I actually love this sister, and you know, someone's like, someone's looking at the situation in a totally, um, the person that they thought, like, oh, that's my, you know, siblings are meant to be loving and meant to be there for. Someone's looking at this sibling now like, mm-mm, you were never to be trusted. You acted like you loved. Maybe they did. There was a mixture of jealousy and love, okay? But the jealousy, they've always been jealous. Always been jealous of someone here. There could have been, yeah, there was theft involved. It could have been something to do with Scorpio mother, father, whoever, okay? A family member that passed away. And someone could have been like, you know, praying like, thank you, Holy Spirit, thank you, ancestors, or someone's gone through some, it could have been from when someone passed away that there's transformation started. Do you understand? It's like, well, okay, it's around that time, something, you know, someone woke up, they were asleep, okay, up until someone passed away, maybe, you know, it happens. Someone that wasn't good, someone in the family, hey, or because, you know, it was a mother, father, uncle, whoever, you was asleep because, you know, you thought it's family you can trust, but someone's looking back and they're like, no, it was never meant to be. Someone was asleep. Someone here was living in their own illusion, growing up, thinking, oh, I've got this loving family, I'm back with my family. Okay, sometimes we can't cast ourselves an illusion to what we believe it is, but it isn't. Okay, we're asleep. You know, you loving them, or okay, but then them backstabbing you. Do you understand? Casting oneself an illusion to what we believe something looks like in our own minds, okay, from something that we haven't had. So, like, lying to ourselves type of energy. But you could have always had like an intuition, or you may have, there could have been situations throughout growing up where you saw something and you was like, nah, no, it can't be, you know, like, because you don't want to think that of your family. But now someone knows the truth. And this is why Holy Spirit has guided someone to pull away, to wake up. Like, this isn't what you think it is, type of energy. Okay? And the reason why these energies done this was because from when you were a child, you know, you were powerful, or you'd always become a star. Okay? And the family knew it. And this is why it's happened to you. And now you've introspected, you pulled your energy back, you guarded, you're vigilant, because you knew there were some illusions around you, and you got the truth, or you started seeing something clearly, or you woke up, or someone in a family was so jealous that they never wanted you to wake up, they wanted to keep you asleep still. You could have woke up, or you've seen things in your dream state, okay? In regards to a family dynamic, or spirit was saying, look, I'm showing you the person in your dreams, what they're doing to you, what they have been doing. And you pouring, like, it's like people are coming towards you with empty cups, like you was filling up their cups but leaving yourself with nothing, okay, like filling their cups up with, like, you know, just, oh, you're my sister, you're my brother, you're my mum, you're my dad, you know, or whatever, okay. But yeah, it's like you stop now, you stop pouring into them. moved away, you woke up, you saw something clearly, you gained your strength back, these energies got exposed. High priestess, yeah, they never, the gift, what the gift was that from you when you were a child, you were very intuitive. Maybe the mother was annoyed that, I don't know, there could have been something you saw as a child and they didn't like that. You know, like that old saying, children should be seen and not heard. Maybe the man that, you know, your mother was with, you said to your mum, oh, I see him with a man, or, you know, you to someone that was very truthful as a child. Children are innocent, aren't they? They don't know. Maybe your mother mistreated you for speaking up. You know? You know, you get them some stories of where children speak of things, you know, like the uncle done this, or you know what, you know where I'm going with that, okay? I don't need to spell it out. But you know, you hear some stories of, you know, the child telling the mother, or the mother, you know, oh, your boyfriend done this, and then the mother then beating the child, you're a liar, yeah? You just don't want being him to be happy, like you should believe your child, yeah? So there could have been something here in the dynamic where you saw your mother's partner with a third party and you spoke up about it, right? Maybe that person, maybe your mother said something. Well, you know, they saw you, or maybe that man didn't like you for speaking up. I don't know, or treated you differently. Someone who wasn't your dad, or someone younger was treated better, or they I'm hearing, yeah, maybe, yeah, this is someone, you, something about being removed, or you're looking at this dynamic now, at this relative, and you're like, well, the apple don't fall far from the tree, like mother, like daughter, or like father, like son, or whoever these energies are, okay? The Pentacles, yeah, someone wants to keep you on the cycle. There's someone in your family, but also something to do with another masculine here. Okay, this is something to do with family, something to do with masculines, and you know, again, yeah, thought they could have you in a third party situation. Wanted to go back and forth with you. Okay, I wanted to party. Someone likes partying, but they can't make up their minds and they don't know who they want and they're wishy washy. And you're like, no, I'm good. Yeah. But again, you're someone as growing up, you know, um, you were placed in one place or you were moved from there, or so this is nothing new. This behaviour, it's like, yeah, growing up, it weren't in that dynamic, but it was with like like, you know, you being placed in the family, loving them, being removed, going to another family, loving them, being removed, going to another family. So it's, you've learnt this. So it's nothing new. Like, all right, okay, bye. And how comes they're not affected? How comes they're not chasing after me? Because you've been through this, you know, you've learned. Like in relationships, whether it's just learned it, and it's like, this is where your strength comes from. But I'm not saying that you're a cold individual. Like, it's either you know what real life is, you know what you want, and you won't settle. And if someone plays around with your emotions like that, or you find someone cheating, you won't stand for it. You're like, you're out. Take care. It's as simple as that. There's someone here from your past that you already know that they're a cheater, or you caught them at something and you're like, you don't get a second chance with me. Like, you had your chance and you effed up. It's as simple as that. I wish you the best in your life. No hard feelings. Or someone can't forget, you know, when you and them were together or something like that, or you're leaving a print in people's mind, or they're remembering, you know, there was a good time there or something, or behind your back they were thought you'd never find out, and you were like, are you sure about that? But you didn't even need, you know, again, there was someone you were around, you used your intuition. Could have been, you know, you sitting in someone's sitting room, someone that you were getting to know, or someone that you thought like there was a good connection, you had good laughs, do you know what I mean? And someone looked over that. It could have just been natural, you know, like, you know, this could have been, maybe they, maybe you didn't even need a drink at the time. Like, you know, there'd be times where you'd be with someone and you didn't even need a drink. It was just naturally, you'd have a laugh, or it's just, you could just be yourself, or, but there's someone here went towards the third party and wishy-washy in and out, or it could have been, you know, as you were going on your path, you were coming across different people, and you were like, all right, okay, well, that one messed up, they cheated and they played around, and then you carry on your journey, and you come across someone else, and you find out that they're doing the same. It's like learnt behaviour. It's like, you know, you started seeing red flags in people, like, okay, and you're like, right, okay, well, there was someone else that you was with, and they was on the phone. You're like, let me have a look, and you saw something. Yeah, you used your intuition. There's something. It's like, what's that? What you doing on your phone? Like, it's weren't your business. You don't care, but it's like your intuition said, or you went and looked, and you were like, you saw some other third party on the phone. You're like, all right, okay, well, in that case, I'm gone, and you've walked away. Yeah, it ain't real a fortune. Yeah, you walked away. At cups. You weren't emotionally invested. You're like, nah. Yeah, you deaded the situation. You laid it to rest. And then you started thinking about the three of swords: loss, grief, betrayal. Three of cups: loss, grief, betrayal. And you prayed, and you know, you're like, thank you, Lord, and thank you, Holy Spirit, or your ancestors, or so yeah, you see red flags. But but going back to the situation, there could be someone in your family as well where, you know, they stole something. Someone was so, you know, wishy-washy, they're a thief, or they stole something. There was even karma. Okay? Let's just say, I don't know, maybe the sister grew up with you, or the brother grew up with, you know, or what, while she's way over there, there could have been something that was left for you, or and they found it, could have found it, and maybe they went snooping in the mum's wardrobe, or maybe your mother was like, yeah, yeah, look what they've been left, or you went around, or you grew up somewhere else, and they were like, yeah, yeah, look, and then both lived off something, something about you never receiving some equal give and take. So again, with red flags, this is learned. You know, you've learned this from growing up. Someone's behaviour, or such, you pay attention to red flags. even if that's, someone that you meet on your journey now. Like, you may be in a drinker at one stage and now you give up drinking, or, you know, on your journey, if you come across again, you pay attention to red flags. You're not here judging anyone, but if if you've got a new friend or someone comes towards you and they reach out and you're like, you know, you smell alcohol on them, you're not judging, but you're like, no, I'm not going down that path, or I'm not judging you, but it's a red flag to you, okay? It just brings back, it's not triggering, but it just brings back maybe what your mother was like. Or you yourself, this was learnt behaviour, or, you grew up getting together with friends and partying and drinking, okay? I wouldn't say partying where you're letting different men in the house. I think like, maybe down to what you've been through led you to drink. Do you understand? You didn't want to face your fears at the time. And then you had some suppressed emotions in regards to that past. And then when you would drink, you may get into fights, right? And then you get angry, and then you get arrested, or there was something here where you and your child went out for a meal, or you come back, or the mother started an argument in the house, all right? And then you could have then brought up your past, and what about you, and you never this, and you never that, and how dare you try to tell me how to bring my child up when he could bring up none of yours, or there could have been some explosive argument between you and the mother, and then the next thing you know, the mother's getting you arrested, and but you were just speaking the truth, and the person didn't like it. And then they went and betrayed you, backstabbed you, like that hadn't done it before, like, or you could have been someone that recently you come out intensive care, you had operation, you thought, oh, let me go and stay with the family for a bit, and or whatever, okay, or you was going to get a home near there, or you wanted to move a house that you lived in with your child, and you're like, well, I'm going to move here, or I'm waiting for change, and then all that happens. Maybe a mother here, something to Scorpio, those in cahoots with an earth sign energy. Maybe there's all in, well, I know, let's do this, and if we get them arrested, and, you know, yeah, say to the feds that someone's on drugs, or the mother could have lied, said, oh no, they're on drugs, and they're this, and then I think they're doing drugs in my house. The mother was just jealous of some relationship you had, or they didn't want you to receive an emotional companionship, and then celebrated afterwards when you did get locked up. Confirmation. And now this sister that was in cahoots with a mother or something like that, you're like, F you, don't nothing to do with you. Like, you walked away, you're like, yeah, the apple don't fall far from the tree, like mother, like, I have a good life with me not in it, like, because I'm going away, but not a good life like you're having a good life because you're not in it, that's what I mean, like, but you don't care for this energy, like, you've emotionally distance yourself, like, this person reaching out or using emotions to manipulate, them days are over, you're like, no. But there could be something, there's someone could be in prison and picking up, there could have been a dawn raid, or they were willing to do it, report back to me, or there was a lot of feminines that were cheaters, or you know, they never wanted you to find love, or they're just backstabbing. Someone was jealous, really jealous. Yeah, the Fool's Journey. Yeah, you took a leap of faith, you got in a new direction, starting over again. So yeah, you don't entertain this family or sibling or siblings or whoever they are. You're like, you're done. Yeah, so there could have been like some type of dawn raid, or they weren't expecting. Nobody move. Well, this has ended for them, or they've raided the property, or they've seized a lot of paperwork or goods. Okay. Or your sister could have been connected to another group, and that information's come out. And you know, like investigators, and they're in a room, and you've got a big board, and then they've got pins, and they get a bit of string, they connect it to that one, and they string that, and they connect it to that one, and then yeah, like dot to dot, you know. You're like, all right, okay, well, this one knows that one, that's the brother of that one, that's a sibling, and then you're like, there's a connection with this one with this person, and then you circle that, and then you're like, okay, but then this person knows that person, and then you connect them, and then you're like, okay, and we've got this one over there, but then they connect this one from back in there, and you connect. It's like someone like may have investigated their own life, basically. They were like, oh, someone's tried to investigate their own life. Four of Pentacles. Yeah. Someone was holding on, trying to hold you back from finding the truth. Yeah, because they knew, like you started in, like you was tapped in, high priest, you started to pick up. Like, okay, yeah. So that one knows this one. Okay. He's writing on the board, and you're standing back, and you're thinking, okay, that one, writing their name. And you're like, okay, that one knows that one. Standing back again, you're like, okay, but this one from back then, they're connected to this one. Okay, so there's a connection there. Okay. See? Yeah. I think you should be an investigator. Yeah. Like, this was big, like, yeah, you really. And this is why you had this sibling here. She's obsessed and jealous and doing black magic and trying to hold on to or keeping up this lie. Yeah, look, she's sick. Like, that's a different type of obsession, to be honest. Yeah, that's the truth. Yeah, you cut through confusion, and it was a powerful breakthrough. And then you know, when when they sent one of their other friends to come that they were connected to threaten you, you're standing back again at the boards and like, okay, so that one I caught him going in my handbag because my CCTV caught him trying to steal, and he's the one that threatened me, and he lived next door to mother or the sister, and then the sister and the brother was getting cahoots with him. Okay, so there's a connection with that one. then you're like, okay, so then when I go to the park, then I'd see so and so following me there, and who are they connected to? Okay, so they're connected to them. So yeah, yeah, travel. Told you, watching, peeping, creeping. The group that was envious, or something to do with a Leo in your family. Okay, or you had a friend years ago, and you were like, no, no, it's something about their daughter, and it's like, don't entertain the brother, or you may have given your friends a heads up. Don't be around them. They're not to be trusted, or you know, yeah, something to do with a Leo. Exposed to Leo. I think, you know what, like going through all this, as you grow older and you've learned or you've seen things, I think when it comes to like, I think you're so like, you see, like when you see other families, it's got nothing to do with jealousy, something like, I think where you see other families and you just want them, like, like, please don't do this and please try to keep your family together. And it's just out of love that, maybe younger energies don't get it, but it's just out of love, like, that you're like, please try to live like a good life, or, you know, um, I understand maybe he, she wants to support you or whatever, just try to keep your family together. And, um, because, like, someone who could have a baby with someone. I use this, and then there could be someone else that's a friend of the masculines, and they fancy your partner, and they can't wait for you to get locked up. Do you understand what I mean? And then they want to get in there. As soon as you're locked up, here they come. Oh, I'll be your knight in shining armour. Don't worry, love, it's all right. I'm his friend, I'm here for you. But really, they just want to get in there because, your man's locked up in jail. Do you understand? And they've been waiting for that opportunity. It's why someone's just like, look, you know, please don't try to, try to keep your families together, all right? Try not to get yourself put in that situation because someone's sniffing around that that's just waiting for that opportunity to sliver in, shall I say, yeah? Okay? To hit on your missus or. And someone here is just showing it, that's all. They don't hate other people. They're like, they're just giving you the heads up. Look, like they don't want these energies going through this. Or again, when someone here goes away, again, here comes that person. Uh, don't worry, you got me. It's all right, love. Yeah, and then you have a few drinks or you're in your emotions, like that's really, really sad, and then they're just hitting on your emotions. Here they come because they know that you're all in your emotions. But don't worry, I'll be your knight in shining armour. Okay. And then, the next thing, like, do you want a drink? Let's have a little drink. It'll make you feel better. And then you have one drink, and then you have another, and then the next thing, it's, if you know what I mean. Yeah? Yeah? So, yeah. And then they'll use that against you, or uh, they will contact the person that's in, the man that's in jail, or your partner's in jail. Well, she cheated on you, But this is all planned, plotted, and schemes, yeah? And then they want you to split up. You cheater, when I was in jail, you this, what, how come so and so come and told me this, you're a liar. And then there's arguments between you, and this one's just there in the background. Yeah, yeah, like, yeah, I started all this. Yeah. And there goes the foundation starts crumbling. And then because that one's come and told his friend that so and so cheated on them, the masculine then is like, well, you know, I've been there for you. I've been there. I've done this. This is how you treat me when I'm not to where you stab me in my back. And then the cycle starts again, and then they go off, and then they cheat with a third party. Yeah. Just keep your family together. That third party you're sleeping with, you need to leave her out. Spirit is saying you need to leave her out and get back with your family. Amends. Okay. You need to stop bringing up the past because, you know, just read between the lines. You connected with the person, you had the child with them because you love them. All right. Stay in that energy. There was someone here that manipulated someone. Okay, maybe they was under the influence. But someone here was like, as soon as someone's back was turned in jail, they were like, yeah, let me get in there. Someone's like, just keep your family together. Okay? Because, you know, again, you got to be careful with you don't know who you're letting in. You know, you may think you know someone, or you know, someone meets someone else and you don't know their past and they shouldn't be around children or something like that. Do you understand what I'm saying? Or someone wants to come in just because, you know, you just got to be careful who you allow at home. Stay together. Like, all right, okay, so, you know, it was a blunder. Someone made a mistake. Don't dwell on that, okay? But don't allow these energies to don't give people the chance to slither their way in, okay? Especially if you've got young children, okay? And I'm talking about, you know, yeah, the Nine of Swords. Someone's worried, or someone's got to find out that they cheated and it's not their baby. Or maybe while someone was in jail, someone got pregnant, or they're like, no, 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 it was just around the time, you know, that something about the time's not adding up. Something about someone being in jail and someone finding out that the child is their friend's or someone else's. So I'm just picking up different storylines here, okay? Remember, this is just a collective read, it's not a private reading, so I'm picking up all different situations. But there's someone here that's not emotionally invested, someone's walking off, they're not, or maybe they kept going back and forth, and now they realise, wait a minute, yeah, there's someone in your camp that weren't to be trusted, okay? Yeah. Now the information's out, okay? Like you were stealing off me, you were cheating off me, the child ain't mine. You could be a Sagittarius, I don't know. You could be in the Nine of Swords, crying, worried, stressed. So it's saying, you know, you could still be, I don't know, in your 20s. You know, just take this as a learning, you know, don't dwell in it. You know, you're going to have opportunities to meet someone else and have a child, but this could have been someone that you want the child with, but you have to find out that this was whole planned out. It's to purposely hurt people, okay? To send that low vibrational energy, all right? Okay? Or someone here that you had a child with, your child could be a Sagittarius, and maybe the father of that child went, you know, betrayed you and went towards someone else, or maybe they're now finding out that the children aren't theirs, or the Sagittarius is finding out that baby mother's children ain't their brothers, sisters, or something like that, or ain't their brothers, or their emperor, yeah, someone's father, uncle. They're trying to hold you back. Look, they're trying to have control of you through your emotions, to try to hold you back from prospering. All right, this is why they're doing this, because they want you to go through. It could have been, look, deaths that you dealt with. Could have been fake friends that you was around. Okay, you know, someone was holding you back, or trying to control the narrative. Spirit is saying, whatever you've been through, if you're into music, maybe you could turn this into something in a track. Okay? Spirit is saying, sometimes things that we go through, we can use it to our advantage if we don't allow it to control, if we don't allow it to destroy us, turn it into something powerful. So let's just say, if you met someone and they said the baby was yours and you found out it wasn't yours, you could make, I know it's sad, but it's real life, and people usually write real life lyrics, don't they? They make money out of it. So it's real, it's like things that have happened, okay? It could be a book, you know, someone wants to write on their life. It could be a song that you can make out of it. Maybe right now you're not, you know, in that headspace, but you will be in time. You know, you'll look back in so many years, and what don't destroy you will make you stronger, okay? Of Swords. There's something about two masculines and a feminine here. Justice, okay? There's a court case. Something's going in someone's favour. And again, you know, when things you've been through, whatever's gone in your favour, whatever's come to you, whatever, okay? Pay attention. This is you, again, High Priestess. You know why people are coming towards you, or why someone from your past all of a sudden's like, yo, trying to reach out, and you're like, no. Right? No, you always seem to come back around at the right time, so it's a red flag that you paid attention to, okay? Now, no, we're not going there, okay? Or this person could be in the Nine of Swords because their game's up, their trickery's up, they're not able to backstab you. Yeah, you're aware, you're not pouring into energies to keep yourself stuck, you'll get injustice. Someone could be overthinking, like, God, like they could be kicking themselves, why did I do that? Like, or they could have had a good life with you or something like that, and now they're stuck, and now they're living just penny pitching, or still having to deal with third parties. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles, something about success. It's your energy, success, abundance, okay, justice. Yeah, you're gonna, again with red flags, these same energies that but backstabbed you, all of a sudden now they want to come back around. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean this. Yeah, you did. Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. Remember, they didn't want you getting here in the first place, okay? So why allow them to be back around now? These were energies that wanted you stuck, okay? Confirmation. These were energies that wanted to be able to go back and forth. Third parties cheating you, cause you pain. Okay, these are people that wanted you to sacrifice yourself. The same people said now it's a start, and you are not putting it out there. You will not allow these energies back around. They still want to hold on to you for their own fight. Yeah, you're a bunch of backstabbers. You know what you've done. There's no forgetting that. Dwelling on it, but you're moving forward. You're aware. You know, I'm not pouring into you no more. You see something from a completely different angle. Okay. And someone knows that you know the truth, and they're crying, and they're sad, and they're boo, poor me, and you're like, well, you know, you weren't in that energy before when you were betraying another, using this energy. Everything was kiki and ha ha and ha. Look, we backstabbed them, and look at this, and look at the pain we put them through, and ha ha. And they're all on their own, and that's yeah. Or there could have been fire sign that thought that they could have you. It's just different people in someone's life that you've come across. Could be families, a family member that's done it, or you've just seen red flags in people and you're just like, you're done. They can't come back around. The same ones that backstabbed you. No, you make, you know the saying, you make your bed, you lie in it. Someone's like, what have I done? Why did I do that? Someone can't sleep, they're crying, they're stuck, right? A secret, a hidden enemy. That cycle's closed out. Karmic sisters, karmic brothers, karmic aunts, karmic mums, dads, whoever, frenemies from the past. That's a cycle that's done, dusted, buried it, it's finished. Okay, you laid it to rest. You're not going back. You're not going backwards. That cycle's finished. It's over. Okay? With the death card, you put death to it. It's finished. It's dead. Done. And look at the energy you're in now by moving away from that. Okay, that cycle, that same cycle where you was keeping yourself stuck, they were keeping you stuck. You've moved away. You've closed that cycle out. Now you're on the new cycle. That's your energy. Yeah, there's a lot of people involved in this. They were just interested in self. And now that someone's crying, oh, if only I loved it. Someone's like, so is that all the person needed then, was love? And yeah. But someone, but I was told if I do this and I do that to them, like if I hurt their emotion, someone gave someone the wrong information, like, yeah, treat him like this and treat him like that. Be wishy-washy. Someone's finding out. All I needed to do was love. Yeah, someone got the wrong information and they're like this now. And someone here may have lost someone, but they were aids and tricked into, being in and out, wishy-washy. And someone's like, oh, why didn't I go with my emotions that I did actually love them, or I did have these feelings, or, but, they were manipulated by a bit of cash, and now they've lost out. Like, no, yeah, interested in money. All I needed to do was love them, I'm hearing. That's all you needed to do. And now you didn't. Someone's free, single. They can mingle, but whether they are or not, I don't know. But someone's on their own, independent, self-sufficient, that cycle goes out, they're now protecting themselves. Because all someone's realising is, all I needed to do was love them, and I didn't. I've cheated, and I've done this, and I've done that, and all I cared about was money. And Someone there could have loved someone, but maybe they're showing it in their actions rather than speaking of it. And that's where it's not hard, is it, to say to someone when it's just you and them together, look, I love you, you know, I love your ways, everything about you. But no, someone was manipulated by a group or someone in your family, or they're like, you know, if you have them in third parties, you're in and out, or you're there for 1 minute, you're gone. So let that person be like this, and you affect their emotions. But yeah, but again, as I said, due to things you've been through growing up, I think you've been more. Some of you have been more angry with the games that people played. It's not like if they wasted their time, they weren't going to waste yours. Or again, people in your family that you did love or have emotions for that you trusted, you no longer do, because they played with your emotions, or this sibling or something like that, or you weren't really connected to them like that, or you remember back in the day when they went towards a friend, or you know, King of Pentacles. Yeah, you could be a King of Pentacles, or that could be your energy. All right, material success, stable. Maybe there's a Taurus here that is a King of Pentacles, someone stable, or they see you as someone that's stable. Temperance, Earth Angel energy, yeah. I'm sorry. Oh wow, is that snow? It's snowing outside, yeah. So now, yeah, you're cold. That spirit coming through. Signs and synchronicities. See, look. That spirit is showing everyone who you are. Okay? Your star seed, you're someone that is here to heal humanity, here to heal and help others. Okay? Judgment. Yeah, you're going to be able to, you're moving forward to calmer waters. Brass energies are burden, because again, as I said, they know all they needed to do was love you, and now Spirit is saying, stay in hermit mode, reflect, speak of this, and someone here does maybe a bit of sniff. That could be another thing, okay? Someone could have some type of addiction. Your spirit guide or Holy Spirit is not too happy with these people, okay? And Spirit will show you. Yes, Holy Spirit will show you, okay? Will guide you, lead you. Yep, you're on the right track, yep. Pay attention to signs and synchronicity. Something about your blooming. Confirmation. Yeah. Celebration. Something to do with a married couple. Someone wants to marry you, or someone now knows that you were their twin flame, and they now know this, and they're like, oh my God, all I needed to do was love them. And Spirit was like, yeah. They knew maybe from when they met you, they loved you. but they're friends, and that gave them, like, led them down the garden path, basically, the wrong garden path, yeah? Like, no, they're not for you, come over, let's do this. And now someone could be really annoyed with these people, like, you set me up, now I'm stuck, or maybe someone wants to come back around, I don't know, they could be praying, please, Spirit, give me one more chance, I will love them this time around, or someone's like, no, you had your chance, like, you know, it's over now. You could be a karmic masculine, or someone feels bad that, you know, at the time they walked away when you were going through things, and you're stronger than ever. You're like, well, you learn your lesson, I've learnt mine, have a good life, and bye. But not in a horrible way, it's just, it's what it is, isn't it? It is what it is. Yeah, someone could be getting worked on, or you working on your skills, or something could be getting built. Yeah. Something could be getting built, or some information come out about your, you know, what you're building, or whatever it is that you're doing, or you built something to leave for generations, or, you know, or you're doing this on your own, or you've been on your own, or you just, yeah, death ending to family, yeah. So it could have been like a Scorpio that was the troublemaker of the family. It could have been a mother, played all family members against each other, okay. Or, you know, an earth sign sibling would be in cahoots with the Scorpio mother, and the mother used to lie, or the mother went through things with their family, or, you know, they just trickled down into their family, and you were the earth angel of the family, and you're like, no, yeah. Or you've released, or your mother brought some curse onto the family, and you were the one that has you broke some generational curse. Yeah. Okay. You broke some generational curse by moving away. Yeah. Someone here is not having wishes granted. 9 of Cups in reverse. Water sign energy. That is the truth. Some truths come out. All the illusions, lies, secrets. Hidden enemies come to the surface. Water signs. Truth. Cutting through confusion. Powerful breakthrough. Knight of Swords. Someone may now know the truth, or someone's annoyed of finding out the truth, or someone knows the truth and they're like, wow, they can't believe that. Or someone here now knows the truth. They know who you are. They know what was done. They know about this generational curse. They know some of them may be investigating something in your family, and they're like, yeah, well, the mother was this and the mother was that, and I've learnt this from the mother, and blah blah blah. The mother used to pay. Yeah, the mother was, you know, the matriarch of the family. Do you understand? But could have lied. The mother could have been very jealous of you, and, you know, wanted the family, or they wanted all the family, watching them, being around them, being the centre of attention, and lying about you behind your back. But yeah, someone now knows the truth. Knight of Pentacles. Someone may want to come towards you, or you are, someone's waiting, or something about an opportunity. Patient, practical, loyal. Someone could be loyal, or now they want to be loyal, or they know the truth, or they see that you're responsible and consistent. It could be someone that's stubborn, Earth sign energy. But a lot of you have moved away from these energies, okay? You know, just like, you know, like it could have been you just being loyal or just having someone in your home, and, you know, just little comments they made. It could have been disrespectful, like, I don't know. I use like to say if you had a camera up and they were like, oh, why have you got a camera in the sitting room? What are you doing? Sex work? Like, you know, just not nice comments. And you don't forget that. You're like, but what are you talking about? Like, no, that's just for protection. So no one don't burgle my home. Or if I go out to make a cup of tea and I leave someone in the sitting room, if they may go in my handbag or pick something up, so it's there so I can see what's going on. Someone could have come out with something the totally obvious, opposite, and you don't forget that. You're not dwelling on it, but you're like, no, you disrespected me one too many times, and I'm done. Okay, you're not dealing with people from your past. You don't care how stubborn they are. You're like, no. Yeah, disrespected. Yeah, backstab, disrespected. Like, yeah, you're not dealing with these energies. You don't go, like, you don't forget what they've done. You're like, there ain't no coming back from this. Like, I'm not hating on you, but I wish you the best, and carry on with your partying and third parties and yeah, exactly. Wishy-washy, back and forth energies. Someone trying to come back around again after they've done this to you. You're like, no, I don't. Like, you don't forget that. You're like, no. Once bitten, twice shy. Like, no, you don't disrespect me like that and think you can come back around for I don't know, part two. The Emperor. Yeah, you're dealing with like some boss, or someone's a boss, okay? Or someone here knows that you are loyal, you was loyal. Seven of Cups, opportunities. You you're careful to who you pick, okay? It doesn't matter whether someone comes and talks to you nice. It doesn't mean, like, you know, that you don't just check the outside. Like, anyone can come and be really nice and, you know, start a conversation up, and it's not about that. It's about how their heart is, what their outside looks like, and how they come across. That could be trickery. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's not about that. It's what their heart is inside, how they treat people, okay? Yeah, you're healing. You're the star. You know who you are. So you could have been around other stars, or there's other stars around you, or there's stars in your family, or something like that, or, you know, you've always been, you know, you should have always shined brightly, but, you know, they've done a lot of this to you to hold you back from healing and shining brightly. But now you're taking your power back. Now you're shining brighter than ever, and energies can't come back around. Yeah. You've always been gifted and chosen. You've always been from when you were a child. Right? All this happened because they knew who you were from when you were a child. To now. Yeah, you're blocking old energies from coming back around. You're like, no, I don't think so. No. Yeah, you're like, no, I don't think so. King of Swords. Something about King of Swords, kind of through some illusions, or King of Swords knows the truth, or there was King of Swords. This could have been someone that was a cousin or was connected to um, someone in your family, someone on your dad's side, or something to do with your mum and dad's side. I'm hearing, you know, something about cousins. Definitely something about cousins being involved. Okay, like older cousins, Some of you may have like a cousin called Kim, is a ruster, okay? There's someone called Kim, drives a BMW, okay? You may not have really met this cousin or known this cousin this well. This is someone that's on like your mum's side, okay? But there's other cousins, alright? Strength. Yeah. Something about a Leo family, or you've got Leo in your placement, or this Leo was living infinity blessings. Leo was living off your blessings, okay? Justice. Courts are involved, or the courts know the truth. Something about a marriage, or someone wanting to come back around because they're like, yeah, that illusion, and I can marry them. No, you're not marrying no divine feminine. She knows exactly what you're doing, because they're still like, yeah, if I can marry them, or I can keep up the facade that I'm married to them. Like, Libra's like, no, you don't, Justice. Just like, no, you don't. No, you don't. They may feel that you can't see. You're like, yeah, I can. They're like, no, you don't. You're blocked. I don't want to marry you. Or I'm not married to you. Or someone lied and said that you were married to them. You're like, I've never been married. Or someone else wants to come back around and juggle you. Or they want to marry you and go back to their party, or steal off you, or something like that. Or someone was married, or they're married in your name, or something. Or someone wants to marry you. You're like, I'm not marrying you. The Hierophant, some organisation, knows some secret. Okay? You don't have to feel whole to be married. You can be like in a partnership with someone, and you could just have like a friendship ring. Like, this is why some of you are like, no. I'm careful of what contracts I sign. The magician, yeah, manipulation and trickery. You're like, no. There's no signing no contract. Yeah? You don't need to feel whole to be married. Especially when there's this type of trickery going on. King of Cups. There could be someone here that's already married. Or or someone's trying to get someone to marry you. Yeah, to get some type of recognition, reward. Yeah. You're like, no. You're not marrying me to manipulate. Trickery, manipulation, to get rewarded. Like, yeah, if you marry them, you can get their money or get their business. Like, later. Look, the devil. Someone's like, no, I don't think so. Or someone now wants to come back around, or they know that they should have got with you, or they knew that you were their person, or that all they cared about was recognition, or something about a fire sign that they were with, or now they're mad because they now know that you're you should have been the one that they married, but they lived an effed up life, or they chose other karmics or something like that, or they were lied to about you, and they messed up, whatever. Anyway, it's over. It's over. Yeah, you know this the truth. Yeah, guarded, vigilant. Or there was another Gemini that was lying to a Queen of Swords. Yeah, she was a hater. She's someone that's jealous of you. A lot of these people are jealous. That's why a lot of lies and illusions are made up of you. Okay? You know. Yeah, they could be like in a Nine of Swords, worried, stressed, anxious because the truth's coming out, or something they said, or they're overthinking. Yeah, they're going to jail, or they're in jail, or maybe they're being assessed to go into a hospital or something like that, or, you know, someone could be seeing someone could be having appointments with psychiatrists, or maybe they're speaking to the psychiatrist. Well, our mother this and our mother that, and the mother done this and the mother done that to us, and maybe someone's speaking the truth now to a psychiatrist. Yeah, but just be mindful of the trickery and manipulation. Or they're saying that the mother was a trickster or manipulated them, or. But at the end of the day, Everyone has their own minds. You can't keep using the parent. Well, it's the parent this and the parent and that, and that's why I done this and that's why I done that. If you know something's not good or bad, then you should say, no, like, don't do that, that ain't nice. Or yeah. Anyway, thanks for joining me. Bye.